All right. Hello and welcome, Just a Family. This is giving you something to talk about, or Just a Live TV, as I like to call it. I'm your host, Melissa Krechler. Today, we're going to be talking about how to add daily fitness, little pieces of fitness that you can add in your everyday life that are going to help you, and they're not going to break your time or your effort. So today's sponsor is a Phoenix Identity. Learn how to control your life by first controlling your emotions. Go and download the Embrace Your Positivity Guide, the Introduction to the Rockstar Method. That is linked in the description. If at any point you want to get in touch with either myself or our guest speaker, you can do so. Links in the description of this episode. Join us live and get involved. Leave us a comment or send us a message and let's get talking. All right. Excuse me, I'm going to hand it over to our guest speaker to introduce yourself. Would you like to do that?
Of course. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Gabriela. I am a Brazilian personal trainer living in California for over 15 years. And I'm here to share with you some tricks and quick solutions that you can have to start being more active. We keep that in and add that in your busy schedule.
Absolutely. And when you and I were talking, I'm just pulling up our notes here. When you and I were talking, we were talking about everyday fitness. There are a lot of people out there who are very busy entrepreneurs, mothers, corporate America. A lot of us are really busy and don't always feel like we can add in, fitness to our everyday lives other than what we're kind of already doing, right? Whether going up and down the stairs 50 times because your kids need something or whatever that may look like, there are ways that we can add small daily fitness practices into our everyday life and really make it a habit. So you're the expert on that. So what would you suggest? Let's start here. What do you think would be the issues that people would face in not adding fitness? What would be maybe the excuses as to why they wouldn't add fitness?
I think I don't have to think, actually. I am pretty sure the number one is time. Like we just mentioned, everybody's busy with kids, family, job, schedule. Some people work from home. And then it's incredible that sometimes even work from home, we are busier than ever. Because people, I think in the past, we thought, I'm working from home, I have more flexibility and I can do my own schedule. Sometimes, most of the times that doesn't happen because I note from my own experience, people got busier, even though they are working from home, and then I feel like daily, that would be the number one excuse, right? Time. Or also another one that's a biggie one is support from family, from your spouse, and those two, I think, would be on my top of my list, right? And I always say, easy way to start, because people think that if I don't have an hour, I cannot do anything, because they get caught with the social media and what people say. But I think nowadays, because of those busy schedule, it's easier to do quick workouts or start with something simple. I always tell people, my clients or anybody that looking for help, say start being active with something that you like to do, you enjoy doing, even walking outside, even doing a little stretch, going to Zumba class, something that you're going to keep you going. Because if you start with something that you enjoy doing, the probability that you're going to stick with that is higher than if you start with something that you're not into that modality that much, or maybe you need it, but you're already going with that mindset. Okay, I need to do this instead of I want to do this, right? You start with something that you enjoy. And I think that will be the first step.
You pointed out one of the misconceptions that a lot of people find, right? So I have never really been into fitness. I used to, when I was younger, I would do crunches and a whole bunch of other stuff, but I did it at home, right? But I think there's a misconception that you have to go to a gym. You have to go and schedule time to work out. You have to, get up, get dressed, go to a gym, drive there, spend an hour there, drive back home, and like factor that into your day. When in reality, you can do a lot of fitness type things at home. Fitness isn't just working out at the gym. It's not weightlifting. It's not, it's not just all of those things. It is going for a walk. It is, if you have stairs in your house, go up and down your stairs a few times, do some exercises, do some stretching, have a dance party, right? Look at me now, you can turn on music. When I'm cooking, I'll turn on music and I'll dance while I cook. And that's a form of fitness. It's something I enjoy doing. It's while I'm doing something else. I'm still being productive while adding some fitness into my day, right? If I'm in the car picking up my daughters, I will sit in the car for half an hour for each daughter. So I'm sitting in my car for a good hour for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And while I'm doing that, I have my music going. And I might be sitting in my seat, but I'm like, I'm not
shaking.
Like I'm dancing in my seat. And even while I'm driving, I'm dancing in my seat. And I'm you almost trick your body. You don't have to be standing. You don't have to be running. You don't have to be doing full-blown cardio. Even just moving your muscles is tricking your body into thinking that you're doing something that's physically active.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And you are completely right, Melissa, when you said that people have this misconception that you have to be in the gym, lifting heavy or running, doing HIIT. I personally gonna tell you, since COVID started, I used to work in a gym and I moved to my house. I created a gym in my garage, and I've been working out there since then. And I never go back to a gym. I have my own space. All my clients, they're never going back to a gym. They have their own space. They love working out from home. And you're completely right. Being active doesn't mean necessarily that you have to be doing weights or any kind of strength training or killing yourself doing a lot of cardio or HIIT training. Especially women, we still have that mentality, much less right now, thank God, that when you talk about exercise or weight loss, now most of people looking for help for that goal, they always think, let's do a lot of cardio. And I feel like, stop thinking like that. Cardio is a complement, it's not your priority. But the examples that you gave right now, that you said, I am in my car, I am moving. If you go grocery shopping, park your car a little further than from the door and get your steps in, like you said, go up and down the stairs instead of putting all these stuffs on top of the stairs and go up just at once. Make little trips, go up and down. You are being active without getting out of your own house,
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, a good stretch in the morning, if you're not feeling good or you want to just decompress, especially today, that's Friday, you work for the whole week, you want to get in the weekend a little bit more relaxed, just move. And move means has different meanings for different people. Move for me can be doing yoga, move for me can be walking at the park, moving for somebody else can be, okay, I want to go to the gym, I want to hit the weights. Is a different way, but just being active. And like I said, I go back to that, what I said right before. You start with something that you enjoy doing. Like you enjoy dancing, you are cooking, you are dancing, you are being active. And sometimes you can doing much more than someone that is going to the gym,
Sweeping, vacuuming, mopping your floors, that's fitness.
Yeah.
And again, going back to misconception that you have to be working out. Fitness is, we did an episode a few weeks ago, called Nutrition Isn't a Bad Word. And fitness isn't a bad word, because fitness doesn't mean working out. Fitness means creating activity with your body, whether that be, again, sitting in a chair and lifting your legs, right? Like it's very simple, very, it's just making your body active. And as individuals, as human beings, we don't need to be fit. We don't need to be muscled out. We don't need to be thin and we don't need any of that. We need healthy bodies. And that's going to be different for everybody. So having a healthy body means taking some activity, doing some physical movement with your body and doing stretches, doing, the dance parties, doing, going for a walk, swimming. There are people out there like myself who I can't go to a gym and work out. I have an allergy that is I'm allergic to the heat and I'm allergic to the sun. So I can't do much things outside for long periods of time. And I can't work out for long periods of time because if I raise my body temperature too high, I can go into anaphylactic shock. There are people who have heart conditions. I had a heart condition for a few years. I had that taken care of, but I did, right? And there are a lot of people who may be overweight, who may have heart conditions, who may be older or going through chronic illness or any physical illness or diagnosis that stops them from being able to go to a gym and working out or practicing fitness in that way where it doesn't have to be. It can be something simple. It can be getting yourself off the couch. It can be, sitting and standing. It can be, making sure that every hour, I think you mentioned it, every hour, getting up, standing up, taking that time. If you're like me and you work from home, you can see I have a 3-sided desk. I'm constantly working and I'm constantly sitting at my desk. So I will get up. I'll go for a walk, grab a drink. I'll go, downstairs. I'm on the second floor of my house. So I go up and down the stairs or I go to the bathroom or whatever that looks like. I'm constantly making sure that I'm getting up and doing something.
Mm-hmm. And that's the way to go. That's the way to go. One thing that's also, like you said, you can get up in your own house. Also, it's very important when you talk about moving and doing those things. Also, I don't know why came into my mind. The fact that sometimes when you are home, we forget to drink also a lot of water. I don't know that I connected this right now because I see a lot of people that I forget to hydrate myself, and then it's one thing the same way that I know why that came in my mind right now, because I have clients, they use a little alarm to remind them to drink water. You can use the same strategy to remind, like every hour, get up for 5 minutes, walk, go up and down the stairs in your own house, move your arms, just shake your body a little bit like you said that you do it. That just to keep the blood flowing, and then avoid other problems that can come with the fact that we spend so much time sitting or so much time standing. My job as a trainer, I spend most of my time on my feet. I don't have to move much also. And I realized that when I did a while ago, I created a 10,000 steps challenge, right? A few months ago. Then I was realizing like every day I have to look at my watch like, oh my God, I don't walk much, And then I did that challenge and realized that some days I don't even walk 5,000 steps because my job is just standing and guiding my clients. The only time that I move the most is when I work out and when I teach my live workouts. That's the only time that I stand. When I realized that, I say I have to be more active also. I start doing those little things inside my house too, going upstairs many times, moving more. Every time I go to grocery shopping and park my car a little further, little things to complement my activity, because even though I am a trainer, I was not moving much,
Yep, absolutely. There are so many things that we can incorporate into there, but again, it's the misconceptions, right? The myths, the misconceptions that society is still perpetrating, that we can only do fitness at a gym, that we can only do fitness to create cardio or weight loss or anything like that. But again, I want to go back and I want to stress that when we have a healthy mind, body, energy experience, right? It's a holistic approach. It can be a holistic approach, right? We're saying, you need to keep your body healthy. If you want to live a long life, you need to keep your body healthy and you need to keep your energy flowing. You need to keep your, when you're not feeling good, when you're feeling weighted down, and that could be excess weight, that could be a lack of nutrition or a lack of water or a lack of mobility. But when you're feeling weighted down, that starts to impact every other area of your life, right? If you're constantly lying in bed or, constantly needing to take a break, even though you've only been up for a few minutes, there's something going on there. And it's strength training. We can strength train our mind, we can strength train our body, we can strength train our energy. But when we combine the three, we start to open up different possibilities, different avenues that we didn't realize were available to us.
Yeah, that's true. The mind, I think they go hand to hand, mind and body, because if you're not in a good mindset, you're not going to be good, feeling good about yourself to even work out, and more nowadays, I see people using the being active as a way of coping for mental health. Many people work out sometimes just like I need for my sanity, depends on how your day is going, is a great way of coping. If you are upset, if you're sad, if you're going through a lot of challenges, and it's a good way to come down, to put your thoughts together. And one thing that I like that you said, like, is not about just how you look, is being healthy. And a healthy body doesn't mean that you have to be on ripped, or in the perfect way that you see a lot of social media. I think a lot has to do with the social media also nowadays. They create like a prototype that if you don't have that specific body, or that you're not considered healthy. And healthy goes much more than that. The body, the look is a consequence of many little actions, like you said, nutrition, moving, doing your strength training, doing a little bit of cardio, but keeping your mindset good also, right? Because when your thoughts are good, your energy is good, everything else comes automatically. You don't have to push that hard to get to the point that you want, but they are completely connected, mind and body, and they support each other pretty much.
I want to touch on something that you mentioned. So you mentioned, we both mentioned that social media has played a very active role in the way that society looks at being healthy.
Yes.
But in reality, that started a really long time ago. That started, in generations past, where you look at Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe wasn't super skinny and fit, right? And you looked at that generation, that time frame in our lives, and curves were celebrated in women. Curves were celebrated. They were encouraged. They were found to be the sexiest body style at that age. Obviously, no matter when or where we are, that shouldn't be the focus, right? Everybody has different needs, different wants, different styles, right? You see various men and women who have different body styles that they're attracted to. It's individualistic. It's not society, but that's what society has created. Then it became models have to be a size 0 or a 0, right? And so society told us that we had to switch what was healthy. We had to switch what was attractive. We had to switch what was sexy. And that's how the generation today became, hey, you have to have the little indents on your sides. You have to have, you have to be able to see your cheekbones and everything. And you know what? It's not. It's absolutely not. There are so many different things that go on. Sorry. So getting sidetracked on that, going back to fitness, though, there are men and women who aren't a size 0, who aren't even a size 10. Maybe they're in double digits in the 20s, and they're still healthy. Right? There are people who are in the double zeros who are healthy. It is their body style. It is their body type. It is the way they are healthy. Right? And we need to start looking at what's healthy as an individual thing.
Yeah, I totally agree, because like you said, is unique. What can your way of being, let's say, your way of being healthy doesn't mean you have to be size 0. My way of being healthy can be whatever size I have. You know, it's a misconception like we had, and then we have to be in certain pattern to be considered healthy, and that's not reality, you know, because I think like I said, is beyond that. Being healthy is not just looking good. I think like looking good is a consequence, and it also is unique. Each person has their own taste of what is looking good, right? And then we have to, that's where I think what is the beauty, because each individual is unique. And when the main goal, when everybody has at least the same goal, it's being healthy, you can be healthy on your own way, you know, and accept the difference. And the body is not the priority. That's what I think, you know, because sometimes people, I had experience also, sometimes people look good from outside, but inside there's a lot of things going on. They are not healthy. You know, it's not worth it to pay the price to sometimes try to accomplish so hard a specific body type that is not for you, is not for your body. And I don't think it's worth the consequences, especially for us women, you know, that we have already so much going on with the hormones and everything like that. And I think we have to respect that, because the looking good outside sometimes it can bring a lot of consequences for your inside. And I can tell for myself, after I'm 45, and as you get older, your mindset changes, your priorities changes, even outside life. I think inside also what you're looking for your health, and pretty much is being good inside, and the outside is going to be a consequence.
Yep. I look at my mother-in-law, who just turned 80 and is fit, is healthy, adds fitness to her day, eats nutritiously, but also, you know, she has a wide range in her diet. We have cake and chocolate and, you know, junk food every so often. But she has that trifecta. She has the, you know, the body, and all three aspects of the body: the nutrition, the physical activity, the fitness, and mental well-being. She has all of that, and she's more active and healthy than most 80-year-olds that I know. And it's something to aspire to. And I think that, you know, I'm 40 this year. I know a lot of women in their 30s, a lot of women in their 20s, their teens, their 40s, 50s. And it's never too early, and it's never too late to focus on your fitness, to focus on your mental health, your emotional health, your energetic health, all of it. There are so many different aspects that we can focus on. Start making them a habit. Start making fitness a habit. Doing those little things like Gabriela had mentioned, that you enjoy doing, things that are easy for you to do, that you can add in your everyday
life. Yes. And you can start baby steps, and don't believe everything that you see in the social media that put the stereotype that you have to be in the gym again. Let's go outside, enjoy anything that you enjoy doing, you know, being outside or working out on your own house, just moving more. Associate fitness with moving, now with gym. You know, associate fitness with that, and that's a great way to start, you know. And don't put so much pressure on yourself. I would say, like, you bring creating new habits weekly. Don't try to change everything at the same time, because that's not gonna last. I also feel like don't put too much pressure on yourself. And also, one thing that's very important to mention, Melissa, that recognize and celebrate your little wins, you know, because sometimes you reach a goal and then you don't even care anymore about that goal because you already have another goal. But celebrating the baby steps, the little wins, is very important. It's a great way to keep your motivation, great way to keep your consistent. We have to remind ourselves to appreciate that too.
Yep, absolutely. I was going to mention something and I can't remember what it was now. Fitness is movement. And that I love that you said that, because that is exactly what fitness should be. It's movement. It's stretching. It is, just again, the physical movement activity. My mother-in-law used to do Tai Chi all the time. And it's just that beautiful, like slow movement and stretching. And it's, I don't know. I just think that everybody should be adding more movement and more just that healthy, and it brings you into the moment. This is why, that's one of the things I wanted to mention before we get going, is the reason why people turn towards fitness when their mental health is not great, because fitness brings you back into the now. It brings you into the moment. When you are working out or you're focusing on fitness, you're in the moment, because you have to focus on what you're doing. You have to focus on the counting. You have to focus on, making sure that you don't, when you're dancing, that you don't hit the counter or the wall or, the cat that's running through your legs. You have to focus on the here and now. And as a mental health expert, when you focus on the here and now, that's the trick to help with your mental health. That's the trick to help with your emotional health, is being able to focus now. And when you focus on the now, you're able to process without the emotional attachment. And that's really what that need is replacing. So
yeah.
I wanted to bring that out. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we get going here?
No, I just want to say that, again, associate fitness with movement, not with a gym specifically, and like a specific activity, and just keep moving, because like you said, when you focus on now, I think also brings you so much joy, and like we said, you only regret the workout that you didn't do it, right? When you are done, you feel like so good. That's one of the reasons that I start being a trainer, because I start moving when I was 12 years old, and the way that makes me feel, I would just want to share with people. I want people to feel good. I want people and to be present and to enjoy all the benefits that being active can bring into your life.
Absolutely. All right. Well, for anybody watching or catching the replay, if you'd like to reach out to Gabriela and learn more about what she does and what she teaches in her fitness journey, you can do so. Her Instagram link is in the description of this episode. Go and check it out, reach out, send her a message, or ask her any questions that you may have going forward. Thank you so much, Gabriela, for joining me today. I really appreciated it.
Thank you, Elisa, for the invitation. I really appreciate it, and I enjoy having this conversation with you.
You're very welcome. All right. Okay. Our sponsor today, Phoenix Identity. Learn how to control first your emotions, and then you learn how to control your life. Go and check out the Embrace Your Positivity Guide, the Introduction to the Rockstar Method. I'm your host, Melissa Krechler. If you'd like to be a guest speaker, blogger, sponsor, or if you'd like to see a topic featured on the show, please reach out to us at justalivetv.com. Like, follow, and share the show. So show us some love, and I will see all of you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.